Mr.
Here's what I mean.
I'm no good as a cartoonist. Look at
You
that.
certainly aren't. You're the dramatic critic, Leland. That's
You
enough.
still eating?
I'm still hungry. Now, look, Mr. Carter, here's a front-page story in the Chronicle about a Mrs. Harry Silverstone in Brooklyn who's missing. Now, she's probably murdered. And here's a picture of her in the Chronicle. Why isn't there something about it in the Inquirer?
Because we're running a newspaper.
Joseph, I'm
Not
absolutely starving to direct us later and get some. No, I'm very hungry. Look, Mr. Carter, here is a 3-column headline in the Chronicle. Why hasn't the Inquirer a 3-column headline?
News wasn't big enough.
Mr. Carter, if the headline is big enough, it makes the news big enough.
That's right, Mr.
Now, the
Kane.
murder of this Mrs. Harry Silverstone.
There's no proof that woman was murdered, or even that she's dead.
Says she's missing, and the neighbors are getting suspicious.
It's not our function to report the gossip of housewives. If we were interested in that kind of thing, Mr. Kane, we could fill the paper twice over daily.
Mr. Carter, that's the kind of thing we are going to be interested in from now on. Mr. Carter, I want you to send your best man to see Mr. Silverstone in Brooklyn. Have him tell Mr. Silverstone if he doesn't produce his wife, Mrs. Silverstone, at once, the Inquirer will have him arrested. Have him tell Mr. Silverstone he's a detective from, the Central Office. The Central Office. If Mr. Silverstone gets suspicious and asks to see your man's badge, your man is to get indignant and call Mr. Silverstone an anarchist. Loudly, so the neighbors can hear. You
really?
Ready for dinner,
Mr.
Jedediah?
Kane, I can't see that the function
Mr.
of a
Carter, you've been
respectable
most
newspaper...
understanding. Thank you so much, Mr. Carter, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Paper, read all about it. Paper, mister.
Do you know how long you kept me waiting last night while you went to the newspaper for 10 minutes? What do you do in a newspaper in the middle of the night?
Emily, my dear, your only correspondent is the Inquirer.
Sometimes I think I'd prefer a rival of flesh and blood.
Oh, Emily, I don't spend that much time on the newspaper.
It isn't just the time. It's what you print. Attacking the president.
You mean Uncle John?
I mean the president of the United States.
He's still Uncle John. He's still a well-meaning fathead who's letting a pack of high-pressure crooks run his administration. This whole oil scandal.
He happens to be the president, Charles, not you.
That's a mistake that will be corrected one of these days.
Your Mr. Bernstein sent Junior the most incredible atrocity yesterday, Charles. I simply can't have it in the nursery.
Mr. Bernstein is apt to pay a visit to the nursery now and then.
Does he have to?
Yes.
Really, Charles? People will think...
What I tell them to think.
With a million majority already against him, and the church count is still to be heard from, I'm afraid we've got no choice.
This one?
That one.